Mercedes have dominated Formula 1 for the last 7 years, but for the first time in a long time, they are no longer the favorites. Red Bull Racing have absolutely dominated this season ever since the Spanish Grand Prix, winning the last 5 races, 4 of those going to Max Verstappen. As a result, Verstappen leads the Drivers' Championship by 32 points over Lewis Hamilton, while Red Bull has a 44-point lead over Mercedes in the Constructors. To me, this is the first time in the turbo hybrid era that Mercedes are genuinely on the back foot. They have not gone this long without a win since 2013. Red Bull are outclassing them driver-wise, strategy-wise, and most importantly, they have a quicker car. So in this video, I'm going to answer the question, can Max Verstappen and Red Bull just run away with the title and completely halt Mercedes' dominance, or can Mercedes respond and turn the tide of this title fight? Well, the most impressive thing about Red Bull's last 5 victories is the variety of tracks that they have won on. When Verstappen took victory in Monaco, most people assumed that the unique nature of the circuit suited the Red Bull and expected Mercedes to be quicker on the more traditional circuits. However, Verstappen taking pole and winning the French Grand Prix at the more traditional Paul Ricard circuit showed that the Red Bull car is quick just about anywhere. In Austria, Verstappen was even more dominant. At the first race, he took pole position and it was pretty much over after the first lap. Lewis Hamilton had no answer to Verstappen's relentless speed despite driving his Mercedes on the absolute limit. At the second round of the Red Bull Ring, Verstappen took pole, won the race, led every lap, and got the fastest lap. This made him the youngest driver to achieve a Grand Slam, which is the ultimate display of dominance over a Formula 1 weekend. From the last few races, it's clear that Red Bull have the upper hand. They have the quickest car, Verstappen has driven almost flawlessly, and Sergio Perez has been an excellent second driver. This means that if things stay the way they are, Red Bull will absolutely run away with the championship. So the question is, can Mercedes respond and turn things around? Well, we've seen in the past that they indeed can turn things around. Let's look back at 2017 and 2018 when their main rivals were Sebastian Vettel and Ferrari. In the first half of the season, Ferrari had the quicker car and Vettel led the championship over Lewis. However, in both of those years, Hamilton and Mercedes came back like a steamroller and dominated the second half of the season. Those title battles showed us that Mercedes can come back from a deficit and regain the initiative. The start of this season has been quite similar, with Verstappen leading the championship and Red Bull having the performance advantage. However, I think the ending of this season will be very different to 2017 and 2018. That is because Red Bull this year is a very different opponent to Ferrari. Firstly, you have to look at the development situation. In 2017 and 2018, Ferrari had the best car in the first half of the season. However, Mercedes were able to outdevelop Ferrari, and as a result, they had the best car in the second half of the season. 2021 is a very different situation because it is the year before a massive regulation change. All of the teams are focusing heavily on 2022 because these rule changes will shape the competitive order of F1 for years to come. As a result, most teams have completely stopped updating this season's car. Toto Wolff even came out and said Mercedes won't even upgrade the car for the rest of the season. It almost sounded like the Mercedes boss was saying, game over. Now, I always take what Toto says with a grain of salt, because it's definitely not the first time he's played down his team's chances. And it was later announced that Mercedes' final upgrade of the season would be put in the car at the next race in Silverstone. But the fact of the matter is, Mercedes will not be able to develop the car as aggressively as they did against Ferrari in 2017 and 2018. So they might be able to catch up to Red Bull a little bit, but don't expect them to return to past dominance anytime soon. Red Bull, on the other hand, are still heavily focusing on this season. They've realized that they have a legitimate chance at winning the title and are continuing to upgrade the car, even if it means they can't invest as many resources into 2022. It's also worth noting that their engine supplier, Honda, is leaving Formula 1 after this season, so they can also be singularly focused on this year. So if anything, the car performance gap between Red Bull and Mercedes may even get wider. You also have to look at the drivers and the team as a whole. Max Verstappen has been brilliant so far in 2021 and hasn't really put a foot wrong this whole season. I've always regarded Max as the only driver on the current grid who could seriously challenge Lewis Hamilton, and even under the pressure of a title fight, he has more than lived up to that expectation. Sergio Perez is a perfect second driver that Red Bull have needed for years. His impeccable tire management ability opens up countless strategic options in the races. As a whole, the team seems to be on the same page and there aren't any obvious weaknesses that Mercedes could exploit. So overall, Red Bull are definitely the stronger team at this point, and it is now their title to lose. They will likely have the best car for the rest of the season and their drivers are performing very well. However, I don't think they will just run away with this title because Hamilton and Mercedes are simply too good to let that happen. We've seen time and time again how the 7-time defending champions can turn things around. And if you're up against Lewis Hamilton, it is never truly over until it's over. But if Red Bull continue to develop the car throughout the season and Verstappen continues to deliver, then I think Red Bull can win their first title since 2013. One thing's for certain though, Mercedes won't make it easy for them, and this championship is far from over. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel Kids Love F1 to help me reach my goal of 1,000 subscribers, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!